Why therapy? In this video, we'll talk about 7 different reasons of why you can go. Hi, I'm Trixi. I live with mental illness. I have a lot of experience going to therapy, and I'm constantly trying to figure out how to help myself. If you want to hear more from my point of view, remember to hit subscribe and ring that notification button. Okay, let's talk. The first reason you can go to therapy is because you are lost. Life is hard, and a lot of people can relate to the question, how the hell did I get here? And they can also relate to the second question of, how the hell do I get out? Many people think of therapy as a last resort.
But it doesn't have to be that way.
You can go to therapy to help navigate your path, to plan a path, or even just to figure out
where the hell you want to go from someone who is unbiased.
Number 2, because you need a mediator. Couples therapy is all about having an impartial third party look at your communication skills with each other. Therapists can also help illuminate some patterns of behavior that you and your SO are stuck in so that you can get out of it and move forward. Number 3, because trauma is real and it has lasting effects. We all face trauma. It's an inevitability of life. And the faster we accept that, the sooner we can get help. We need to keep moving away
from treating what has happened to us as deep, dark secrets that we have to push down into the dark depths of our mind.
We need to keep moving away from shame so that we don't have to keep suffering in silence. Number 4, because you have crappy coping methods or none at all. Having healthy coping mechanisms is super important
because it's really easy to have harmful ones,
such as self-harm practices, isolating yourself, or excessive drinking. I have done all 3 of those things. And it sent me spiraling deeper into my mental illnesses. It wasn't a great time. And honestly, I didn't even realize that they were my coping mechanisms until I was in therapy. I thought like, oh, this is just what people do when they're sad, or, or this is just part of life, right? Drinking is part of life. Hard time, you drink. Or I thought it was just me, oh, I'm just crazy, It wasn't until therapy that I realized that these were my coping mechanisms and I was doing them in response to something else. And that was such a big game changer for me. And so going to therapy...
shout out to DBT, Dialectical Behavior Therapy.
I learned a lot of new coping mechanisms that actually help me live the life that I want to live, which is a happier life and just a better life overall. Number 5, because everyone deserves a safe space to cry. So I listened to this podcast called Small Doses, and it's by Amanda Seales, who is freaking hilarious. And so on this episode, she was talking about how therapy is her scheduled time to cry, because otherwise there's no time. She's a celebrity, she works, she does a lot of different things. Though not all of us are celebrities, I feel like a lot of us can relate to, like, there's no time to fall apart, and the sentiment that,
no, we have to keep going. We have to keep going. We have to survive.
And I so understand that concept, but what you have to realize is that sheer will only get you so far. And I say this as a person who has used her sheer will to make lots of things happen. But the thing is that you burn out. You can't live that way forever, nor should you have to live that way.
No one deserves to have to be strong for everyone else 100% of the time.
We all deserve at least an hour, right? A week to just relax, be yourself, and just be. Number 6, because you have no one to talk to. So loneliness is a super harmful thing that affects your mental health
and your physical health.
A lot of people don't have people that they can talk to. Like, they don't have supportive family members, friends, or a significant other. Some people just don't have those things at all. And this is where I think therapy can be super useful and important, because in therapy, this relationship really is about you, and it's about having someone who is there to listen to you and always be on your side, meaning that they are interested in your well-being. Also, group therapy can be really helpful because,
those are your people.
Right? They somewhat understand what you are going through. And that can feel really great and make you feel less lonely. And I know some people are like,
oh my god, that's so sad. Like, you need therapy or like a group to have like someone to talk to.
And I think that's such like BS, because honestly, like, fine, you can see it that way, or you can see therapy, group therapy, support groups as a freaking solution to your problem. Number 7, because you are in charge of your happiness. You are in charge of your happiness. We get this notion in our head that
you're only gonna be happy when you're in a relationship with someone else.
But that's complete utter
BS.
And it causes a lot of suffering for a lot of different people, because that's a lot of pressure. You can't control all that because there's like another person involved and you can't control other people. Anyways, it's like, that's another video. Therapy is about the most important relationship you'll ever have, which is your relationship with yourself. Because you cannot run from you.
You can't do it. You're always going to be with yourself.
And the healthier that relationship is, honestly, the better your other relationships will be. Because you will know your self-worth. You will know how to love others because you know how to love yourself. You will understand the importance of communicating to others because you will know the importance of being able to communicate yourself and know what you want. So I feel like there are a million good reasons to go to therapy, but I would love to hear from you and what you think are some reasons. Drop them reasons in the comment box below. And until next time, make sure you're creating some happiness in your life, whether that means you're gonna go to group therapy or if it means that you're gonna go get some cotton candy because you haven't had it since you were like 12. Peace out. I'm in California dreaming about who we used to be. We were younger and free.